So it's a nice way for everybody to kind of appreciate him and learn from him and kind of benefit from him. And that's great. And there are parameters around it, but it works well for what the situation is.
That's right.
I know. I can tell when the service dog, his name is Jolly, and I know when he's off duty, and I know I'm allowed to pet him when he's off duty, so I kind of watch for those moments so I can say hello, and he looks for that too, like, it's time, you can pet me.
Yes.
So that's a wonderful experience. So let's talk a little bit more, Marianne, about the Carroll School for the Blind and the other things that they do and about their mission.
Well, one of their missions is to really educate the public, as well as work with anybody with vision loss, and that could be kids all the way up to seniors, and to also be a place of best practice. It's an amazing group of people, starting from the president down, of compassionate people who are skilled and in rehabilitation, case management, mobility instructing, as well as we do some outdoor programs. And there's a lot more services that I could go on and on. It's a wonderful place, and for people to know that if you want to get more information, we have a website, www.carroll.org, and it's 2 R's, 2 L's, after Father Carroll, who started the program.
Oh, okay.
And then we have a toll-free number, 800-852-3131. And so it's just, it's a group of people that you feel the passion when you go in there. Everything is very client-centered.
So you feel the commitment of people that really want to help people who've experienced some level of vision loss.
Right.
And help them regain the valued roles that they have and be able to be efficient and effective at it.
Right.
So Nancy, can you tell us about some of the things you've gained from the program?
So one of the most important things I gained from the program at the Carroll Center was my independence.
Wow.
Again, and like Marianne said, they are very devoted to their clients. It's very client-oriented. The peer support that you get through residential living is something you can't even begin to explain or understand. The instruction you get from all the teachers that are there, through all the staff, the classes. Every class has a purpose. Each class provides a building block, from fencing to manual arts to learning how to cook with vision loss. I've cooked my entire life. I thought, why do I need to take cooking? Why do I need to take manual arts to learn how to build a stool or measure with a braille ruler? Everything has a purpose, and it's to teach you visualization skills and how to do things differently in life. And you take small parts of everything from each day and you tuck them aside, because you have to realize you can't have a productive, independent life without vision if you don't learn how to do things differently. And at the end of the day, when you go back to the dorm, those peers that you're living with through that program, they're all experiencing the same things you're experiencing. No matter what degree their vision loss is, they're going through the same emotional roller coaster you are. So together you share that ride, and you gain strength from each other. And the next day you all put your right foot in front of your left, and hand in hand you walk out that door to begin that journey again, to learn more. And through that you get your independence, you get your strength, you get your self-esteem, and you get a new life. A life where I think that you actually have a different appreciation for everything in this world. I do. I never looked at a blade of grass, the bark on the tree, or smelled a flower the way I do now.
Wow.
That saying, stop and smell the roses, you really do it differently.
Wow.
And I owe that to the Carroll Center.
Wow. It's an amazing way to think about it, like just a whole different perspective, and just to be able to relearn everything is so challenging, because vision loss is traumatic for everyone. And just how do you kind of flip the perspective around it? And it almost seems like now you've been able to say, well, what have I learned from it? What has it given me after getting through the traumatic pieces of it? That's fantastic.
We have something called a graduation that happens when someone's either finished a job preparation program, an independent living program, a technology program, and they're really something to see.
I would imagine, yeah, definitely.
And you sit there and you hear someone's journey, and similar to what you were saying, Nancy. And they start out by saying, you know, when I lost my vision, I felt like I lost everything. There's so many losses connected with vision loss.
Right.
And then after the Carroll Center, and particularly the peers, that seems to be a big piece of it, as well as the staff. But we had a gentleman that stood up and said, after I had the support of my peers, I got my life back. And that was a very powerful statement.
That is huge. The peer support can be so essential. And a lot of times here on Employment for All, we talk about peer support. And it's been a huge movement for individuals who experience psychiatric disability to be able to share. But really in all aspects of life, peer support tends to be the thing that really pulls people through, whether it's cancer survivors or people buying a home or people deciding to run a marathon or get fit together. That seems to be a crucial link that really helps people move forward. And it sounds like it's been instrumental at the Carroll Center.
Yes.
I have such a passion for life and for being a nurse. I devoted my nursing career to mission nursing, to going to Katrina as a rescue and relief nurse.
Wow.
I gave so much of my life to being a nurse, and when it was taken from me, where I couldn't practice nursing, I really felt like I lost everything. And going to the Carroll Center, I'm really proud to say 2.5 years later, I am a practicing nurse again.
Wow.
And I didn't only get my life back independently, I got my career. Not just a job, I got my career. And I'm proud to be sitting here saying, I'm a registered nurse because of the Carroll Center, and I'm practicing today.
Wow. Wow.
So,
and let's talk a little bit about where you work and how have your employers been? Have they been supportive?
my employers are wonderful. I work at Longterm Solutions in Natick. I'm a patient care coordinator, and my employers have been the most patient people out there. They've been working with me since August on accommodations. I use JAWS, which is a screen reading program. I use a closed circuit television to help me read paperwork that is not accessible, that I can't see visually any longer. They will have people other nurses perform duties that I can't see. They do that for me. And they've accommodated my hours, they've accommodated with my service animal, and they've worked with me every step of the way. At this point in time, they have positions open. They're what employment is about. I'm their first employee that's ever been visually impaired.
Wow.
And they've embraced the opportunity.